All right, welcome back to the SSLFamilyDad channel and the new evaporator build. We left off yesterday with we got the base layer down there. I wet down all that dirt and mud inside the cinder blocks. We'll add a little bit more to those today. And we got the back side kind of mocked up as far as how the adapter is going to fit in for the chimney stack. And so now we're just going to put the first layer on. I'm not going to worry about the front yet, so we're going to put the first layer on all the way around and get it all cemented in. So I've mixed up a batch of concrete here. I just did a 1-to-1, so I have one bag of the Quikrete mix with one bag of sand. I don't know if that's the best mixture or not. It seems to be that if you add a little bit of sand to the mix, it keeps it from cracking quite as much when it gets hot. So that's going to be what we're using here. I may get it a little bit more wet than it is right now, but that seems to be pretty good. And the other thing that I have found is to wet down all the surface of the concrete. So I'll spray this all down as I put each tier on there. I'm just going to put a small layer of Quikrete in between each brick, and then again I'm going to try to fill in as much of these little cracks as I can and get in here, and whatever is not filled with dirt, we'll make sure that this is sealed up as best as possible. I am going to stagger the blocks this time. I didn't do that last time, and so there will be a little bit of cutting involved. You can also just buy the half blocks. I didn't do that because I'm dumb and I wasn't thinking about it when I was at the store. So we'll cut some in half and just use whatever we need to use here to make this thing work. I'm still not exactly sure what I'm going to do on the front here. I might just leave it open for the first boil and just see how it works with it just open in the front. See if we can get a draft going out the back there. But if not, I may use some cement board or some other blocks or something to mount that the door in there that I talked about. So, well, it's time to take this all apart and put it all back together. Well, I think so far it's turning out pretty good. We've got one more layer to put on of cinder block, and then I try to cap the top off with these solid blocks, and that just helps to close off the open holes and create a nice smooth surface for the pan to sit down on. I think, however, I'm short. Maybe one or two of these blocks, so I may have to finish that part up tomorrow. We're gonna get the next layer put on here, and like I was saying in the first video, all the seams here between the cinder blocks I pack full of dirt and some cement in there also. But that crack right here, I didn't really do a mortar joint between this, because in order for anything to get through from the inside of that crack, it's got to go right through here. And if I pack these little divots with dirt and cement, there's no way for a crack to actually form there. So we'll keep packing it in here. I try to get some sand and dirt in these little ones on the side, and then the big gaps in between. So you can see on a cinder block that's, that's this whole gap here that I'm filling in, and then plus the little channel right here. So that stops this crack from forming and allowing smoke or air to get in or smoke to get out. There are going to be some gaps here where it's a straight through gap where the cement can crack. This Quikrete, it's not mortar, so I'm not using what I should be using here. Plus, none of this is really heat rated, so it's going to crack. It heats up, it shrinks, it expands, and it ends up cracking over time. So you do end up getting some gaps, around these seams on the bottom, and that you may end up getting some smoke through, but all in all, it's pretty airtight. But let's take a quick break here and see. It's been about 50 degrees today. It was about 27, 28 at night, and it's going to drop down in the 20s tonight also. So we should have had a pretty good run today. So let's check some of the buckets up here by the house and see how much sap we've got. Oh yeah, this one's just about filled to the brim. This one always runs quite a bit. It's a good tree. Got some ice in there. Let's check some of the other ones. Not quite as much in this one, but it is still running. So by tonight, we may have most of the buckets will be filled. Well, so far, I think it's turning out pretty good. A little different than the last one I did, but I actually like it a little better. One of the suggestions that I got from you guys last year was to stagger the bricks. So last year I had all my seams lined up, and this year I'm staggering them because I have the option to cut the bricks to length with that saw. I can do things a little bit differently. So, and there's some of the things I could have cut off differently in that, but I'm not sure exactly how this door is going to turn out still. So I'm conjuring up ideas as I go here and thinking about it. I'm thinking I may end up just doing cement board on the front and then cutting it out to accommodate the door. I don't know how sturdy that will be though, so we'll see. We'll toy around with that. But I'm gonna have to close it out for today. I'm gonna have to go get a couple more of these solid blocks, and the next thing we'll do is put a layer of the solid blocks around the top, and that will kind of cap it all off real nice. You know what? I think I need to take that brick out. I just remembered this pan has a valve on it that sticks out of the side right there at the front. So I may need to take that one out. That valve is going to end up being right there, but it might miss and come right in front of it. So I'm going to measure that out and see. Well, it looks like it's going to end up coming out right about here. So I may need to cut some of this off. I think I'm going to leave this in here, and then once I get it all fitted up and finalized with the top stones on there, I'll see exactly where that comes to, and I may need to just take that saw and maybe notch this out. We'll see how how surgical I can get with that big saw. I think it's kind of heavy, but we'll see what we can do to maybe notch that out afterwards. Well, another good day of progress on the evaporator. I have to collect tomorrow morning though, so we've got a tank to clean out in the morning. We'll get out and collect some sap and get the tank filled up, and I'll also finish this evaporator off, and then probably wait one day, and then I will go ahead and start boiling. So I want to make sure everything kind of cures up on the evaporator, I think, before I start fires in it. So lots more to come on the evaporator build and boiling and collecting maple syrup. So lots of work to do this week, lots of things going on. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the update and the progress on the evaporator. I know these are little chunks of this project, but I figured I'd take you along for every step of the way, and then we'll recap it all once we see how well it works. So don't forget to hit thumbs up on the video today, guys, and as always, thanks for watching. Have a good one.